Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Pokemon Duel. Today I'm talking about Shuppet and giving you guys a heads up on looking out for him in battles. So why is he so good? This Pokemon has Nightshade as its biggest biggest pie on its disc, and it does 10 damage. It's nothing, it's so weak. Its other attack is Purple Move, so good against white attacks, but it's small and it only burns the opponent. The reason why it's so good is its ability. It has 3 MP, so it can win a game in 3 moves from the bench, even if you only start and you're only able to move 2 moves on the first go. And on the field, this Pokemon can pass through Pokemon. So many times when I started, this Pokemon just clinched games in about 5 seconds because it instantly passed through my opponents and I defended in the wrong way. So this video is giving you a heads up on what to do if you face it, how to use it and when not to, and also how to defend against it when people try to use this against you. So this morning I went into some league battles and only for an hour I battled with Shuppet in my squad, and so many times I won matches in about 5 seconds because of this guy's moves. This guy, look at him in this instance, he just moves, and I always like to block the spawn. This means that they can't pull in another Pokemon with potentially better chances of taking it out. In this case, the guy had a Squirtle, the worst Pokemon you could have against a type of Pokemon like Shuppet, because its withdraw means that it wasted a move and I could just pass through it and take the win. Easy as that. If you are going to attack a Shuppet, you need something that has either has a high white attack, which is higher than 10 or big on the disc. You need a yellow attack in there to just in case it hits that Will-O-Wisp, and you don't need to attack it. You don't want to attack it with Pokemon with dodge because they're just going to waste a move and it's going to pass right through you. Here in this case, he defends again in the same way, not sitting on his goal, but it's just sitting off it, and he doesn't even know that I can just pass right through him with Shuppet. And that happened, as we'll see, about 4 times within the space of that hour. So here again, starting, it doesn't matter whether you even start the match or you don't. Obviously, if they start the match and they use the same 3 MP, they're going for your goal, defend straight away, don't even use your Shuppet. But here I go from an opposite angle, and he attacks me with Talios. Talios is quite a good Pokemon to attack it with because obviously it's got high moves, and he misses out on that Luster Purge attack there, which would have clean take it out. But because it has a good dodge rate, again it doesn't make it the best Pokemon to attack Shuppet with. I passed right through it. I got to survive 2 attacks here. So in this instance it wasn't the best, but again I hit Will-O-Wisp and he dodges the attack, wasting a move, and I just pass right through him and win the match. And finally, just a little bit more footage, I do it again, and this time the guy again was pushed too far out. So if you see that they have got a 2 MP Pokemon and they can't even reach their goal, you know you've won this match because he can only block there, and again I pass right through him. So how do you defend against him? This is some footage of a guy who knows what to do against a Shuppet. Here in this case, I believe he has the first move, yep, and he pulls out a Pokemon again with 3 CP, so he can reach that goal from there, and I pull out my Shuppet. He definitely knows what a Shuppet can do, because here I use my move, block that spawn off, isolating my Shuppet, but here he puts it on the spawn. Now my Shuppet is never going to beat that Pokemon. I'm going to have to hit a 10 attack and he's going to hit a miss. The chances of that are so small that it's not even a risk worth taking. At that point I would probably pull my Shuppet back or pull some other Pokemon into the battle. So make sure if you come up against Shuppet that you are using Pokemon with high discs of purple that can nullify its attacks, so put it to sleep, or paralyze it or freeze it. Make sure that when you come up against it you have good big discs of white attacks or yellow attacks, just in case you come up against Will-O-Wisp and need to kill it. But primarily the most important thing is defend your goal. Put a Pokemon that you know will be able to match it, pretty much every Pokemon, but put a Pokemon on the goal line. That way the Shuppet is completely helpless. And then for the rest of the match, you know that that other competitor has a Pokemon that's not going to be strong. What you want to try and do is then get it back into the battle, because the longer it's in there, it's a useless piece as long as that goal line is defended. Okay, well that's all for this video. Hope it's helpful. If you like it, hit the like button, and if you want to keep up to date with future content and strategies for other Pokemon that I'll be putting out, hit the subscribe button. That's all from me. Hopefully see you next time.